Hi everyone, this is your Love Tap video. This one on kicking depression to the curb permanently. So I'm going to talk to you about some actions you can take to permanently deal with depression. It's a very serious subject and I'm going to give you many ideas, and I'm not suggesting that if you do one of them that will take care of it, or if you do two of them that will take care of it. I'm talking about doing a whole program to kick depression to the curb, not one or two things. So if you're just looking for the easy way out, this is not it. But if you're seriously tired of being depressed, or you had a lifelong history of depression, whether that's, any level of depression, and you're sick and tired of it and you want to get down and start having a great life, this video might help you. So number one, the first thing if you're dealing with depression is you need to medically rule out any underlying causes. So there's several things that could cause you to have depression that are medically related. So for example, if you had undiagnosed celiac disease or gluten intolerance or certain food sensitivities, those things could cause you to feel depressed unless they're diagnosed and then your diet or what have you is changed. If your hormones are out of balance, that could cause you to be depressed. There are several things. So medically, number one, you want to rule out any medical causes for depression. Number two, you want to deal with any negative thinking. What the research shows is that positive thinking contributes to an increase in two neurotransmitters, serotonin and dopamine, which cause you to feel better. So positive thinking helps you to feel better, and on top of it, it helps your cognitive processing improve. So there are ways to change from a negative thinker or someone who catastrophizes or overthinks or whatnot. That's got to go, because that's always going to leave you depressed. Next thing up, you have to deal with your problems. If you have a problem, whether it's finances or, relationship or whatever, that's causing you to be depressed, you need to deal with it because it's still right there. It's like the elephant in the room. So you've got problems, make a list, start to deal with them. You will notice when you start to deal with your problems, you start to feel better. Okay, next up, self-care. I just did a blog post and a video about self-care. It's like the number one thing. If you want to feel better, you have to take care of yourself. So there's all kinds of information about that, but you have to do self-care like every single day. Why wouldn't you take care of yourself? I don't know, but get on that. Okay, I highly recommend a reward system. Why? Because it works. Why? Because they're fun. I have a video about that and a blog post about that. You want to get out of depression, you're going to have to change either your thinking and your actions, your behaviors. So get a reward system to spur you on and motivate you to make the changes that you need to make so you can be happy. Okay, next up. The research shows that loneliness and isolation, those two factors, dealing with those two factors, are more beneficial to health than weight loss or many other things. So getting out there and socializing, being with your friends or making new friends, I have a post and a video about making friends, will hugely help your well-being and your feeling and help you with depression. Next up, make time to do things that make you happy. I'm a huge fan of happiness. It's like my thing. So I sprinkle my day every day with things that make me happy. Of course, some things that make me happy are on the self-care list, like walking or, playing with my dog. So I get like a double whammy. I'm doing things that make me happy and they are taking care of myself. So do things that make you happy. Of course, not at the expense of other people. Don't do things that are bad to other people. All right. Next up, what's extremely helpful if you want to really kick depression to the curb for the rest of your life is to have a purpose or a life plan or a vision or a roadmap. You have something that inspires you, that makes you excited. Like you can't wait. Like I'm starting podcasting and I can't wait. I have a whole list of people I'm going to interview and I can't wait. I'm excited about what I'm doing. So if you want to kick depression to the curb, get excited about what you're doing. Create a life plan or roadmap. Get a purpose. And then take the steps to execute your plan. It's really fun, people. I'm telling you, trust me. Okay, next up, a little reluctant to say this, but it really is helpful. It's really good for people to know somebody who has circumstances in a life that's worse off than their own life. And if you don't have people like that, then you can always research things like the Holocaust or different, there's so many things in life that you could find online. I mean, we have over 5 million children that will die of starvation in any given year under the age of 5. I mean, like, there's lots of things. If you have perspective, that goes a long way to helping you feel better. Okay. Last thing is to have a philosophy or an attitude of gratitude. The research is very compelling on gratitude and how it helps you from a health perspective, and it helps you emotionally and well-being. And having an attitude of gratitude is something, if it's not your normal way of being, you can practice it and get better at it, because it's a temperament or an attitude or a belief system. And I have lots of information about that as well. So if you did all of those things, I think it would be really hard to be depressed, because you'd be so excited about what you're doing. So if you're struggling with depression and you have questions, please let me know. I'm here to help you. And depression isn't easy. It's not fun. Rule out the medical causes, deal with your problems, everything that I just mentioned. And if you still have questions, let me know, because I'd be happy to help you, because I get joy when people increase their happiness. Thank you, and take care.